Hello people, it's your boy Osman back again with another video. As you probably know, I know you know because I've got a stupid amount of messages. My United got slapped 2-0 by Spurs. It could have quite easily been 5 or 6. You know, we were lucky to only be losing 2-0. We got outclassed in every way, shape or form. It was quite embarrassing, I'm not going to lie. I was massively disappointed. I was pissed off this morning as well as last night, of course. But I didn't want to make a video just ranting about obviously the performance. I wanted to make something, you know, that would be a bit more informative, which is a bit unlike me anyways. So I thought I would get the tactics board out, as you can see. Got the formation, all that good stuff out. So I wanted to try to go through the tactics on why I felt we lost yesterday or why we got outplayed. It was mainly to do with the system. Obviously, I mentioned it in my preview. We had to play a 4-3-3, otherwise we're going to get outrun in midfield. And lo and behold, we got outrun in midfield. So I just want to go through the tactics, and obviously, if you agree with what I'm saying, by all means, let me know in the comments. If you don't agree, if you're just here to take the piss at me, by all means, fair play. I think we got humbled massively, all those United fans, thinking that Sanchez was going to just come in and just be a cause of madness. But that aside, also just want to talk about a couple of things regarding how we can improve, how we think we could get the best out of our players. Obviously, playing them in positions would be a start. But yeah, that kind of stuff. Like I said, I don't want to rant too much. Don't get me wrong, I was absolutely fuming, and still I'm very upset and disappointed by the manner in which we lost, which is obviously understandable. If you watch football, you would know we got absolutely humiliated, even though the score was only 2-0. But anyways, that aside, let's get into the sort of analysis, so to speak. So I don't know if you can see the numbers or not from where I'm sat, but don't worry about it. The numbers just go up to 12, so obviously some people's numbers are wrong. Anyway, so we've got David De Gea in there, back four. So I just want to go through the lineup first, and obviously my sort of things that would change. So Valencia right back, and then we've got Smalling, Jones, Ashley Young, then we've got Matic, Pogba, Lingard obviously, and then we've got Martial on the right, which I didn't agree with, and what do you call it, Sanchez left and Lukaku up top. Like I said, the numbers are all in the wrong position, so please just don't start pointing out obviously Sanchez and Martial's up the wrong. Anyways, firstly, Ashley Young, for me personally, I said in my preview, I do not want to see Ashley Young play. He doesn't offer as much going forward. I will make another video on it, and this is going to be that video on why I don't want Ashley Young playing in left back position. I'm not having a go at him, it's not his position whatsoever. A fair play to him, he has been good, but against the bigger teams he got found out, which is, again, understandable. He's not left back or a defender for that matter. But anyways, Ashley Young, wrong position. We've got Luke Shaw on the bench, who's been fantastic. I don't know why he hasn't been playing. I did say I want Luke Shaw to play, but I can imagine Jose playing Young for his experience. Anyways, Pogba out of position. CDM. He's not a CDM. He's not a CDM. He needs to be a bit further up the pitch. I think we all know what his best position is. Let's not make no mistake about it. Lingard. He's not number 10. Let's stop fooling ourselves. He's not good enough to be number 10 for Man United. Don't get me wrong. He's been fantastic this season, especially in the last couple of months. However, he needs to be playing on the right. Anyways, Martial in the wrong position, not a right winger. Sanchez is actually in the right position. He does actually play on the left. Again, I know this board keeps going up the wrong way around, doesn't it? Yeah, so Sanchez on the left. I promise you that's my left. So yeah, Sanchez on the left. Let's see if I switch it over. Let's have a look. Does that work? That doesn't really make a difference, does it? What am I about? I know what I'll do. Anyways, okay, so yeah, so Sanchez, let's have a look. It's because it's reversed. There we go. That is the left on your left side. Okay, Sanchez on the left, Martial on the right. Anyways, just going back to it, yeah, so regarding this sort of situation, Sanchez in the right position, but for me personally, I think Sanchez could easily be on the other side, because I don't think we're going to get the best out of Martial on the right. It's just not going to benefit him at all. Okay, so obviously Man United in yellow, and obviously Spurs in orange. Right, anyway, so we'll get into it. Firstly, system is all wrong. 4-2-3-1 does not work against the big teams. I said it in my preview. If we play 4-2-3-1, we're going to get outrun by the bigger teams. And the reason being is because this man here, Paul Pogba, is not somebody who can sit and do a job. The reason he got substituted off was because Jose Mourinho asked him to sit just here. So, for example, let me just push the players up. So we've got Lukaku up there. Got Sanchez, Martial up there. Lingard up here. Pogba. Let's just move them all forward a bit. Bit of a highland, but hey, we'll be alright. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, a bit further up the pitch. So we've got Lingard in number 10. And there we go. Right, okay, so Jose wanted Pogba to literally sit in front of the back four. The reason he got pissed off with him, let me just put their players a bit further up as well, just so it makes a bit more sense. There we go. Right, okay. Right, so the reason Jose got pissed off with him, because he wanted him to sit in front of the back four, not move from that position, and let these 4 players, so we've got Lingard, Martial, Sanchez and Lukaku, he wanted them 4 players to roam and do their thing. So basically Pogba is playing as a second CDM. You would tell me, when the flip has Pogba been a CDM, and when has he been good at that job? I clearly stated in my preview, if Pogba has to do defensive work, he's going to get found out. And lo and behold, he got found out, okay? So that's obviously going to happen, that's a given. For me personally, and it's an absolute no-brainer, if he has to play 4-3-3, the reason being, as you can clearly see on the board, if you play 4-3-3, as you can see on the board, you've got 3 people marking the area now. So instead of having 2 players watching all this space, you've got 3 people. So what was happening is, Eriksen, Dele Alli were picking the ball up here in the middle of the park, and they were running directly at our players, and they've only got 2 players to bypass. So either they can play down the wing, or they can play obviously on either of the wings, or they can play straight through to Kane. However, that would be if Pogba was in position. Pogba was not in position. Pogba was playing up here. This was actually the formation we were playing. We was playing a reverse 4-3-3, which wasn't in the plans for Jose Mourinho. So basically, that's what we were playing. So we've got Matic here, we've got Pogba over here, and then we've got Lingard here. So that's basically what was happening the whole game. So as you can see, there's a triangle there, and basically they were running at Matic the whole game. You can see Pogba trying to track back, but obviously he's not really going to beat them or get back in time majority of the time. So they're playing the ball. Obviously Matic's going to get exposed. Yes, he was flipping shocking, but he's going to get exposed. He's got 1 player running at him, and he's got 2 players beside him. He's got easy pass to either player. Obviously he's going to get exposed. What do you expect to happen? Yes, he was poor. I'm not making excuses for him, but the system didn't suit him because Pogba was constantly out of position, because Pogba can't play there. Basically, Jose wanted him to sit there like that the whole game. That's not going to happen for Pogba, and in general, it's not realistic. So for me personally, just to quickly just swap this over, we'll just put the Spurs players back in their box. Yeah, so basically, what we need to play 4-3-3 with Pogba, Martial, and Sanchez above them. So basically, this is what our formation needs to look like. So we've got Pogba here, or either way, it's upside down as you can imagine. So Pogba here. I would prefer centre mid, so Herrera there and Matic there. So basically what happens is, if Pogba actually goes forward and joins the attack, then Matic will come across and Herrera will come across. So we will still have those 2 players in front of the back four. That's why we need Pogba in a 4-3-3, because it means he can go forward without the fear of getting exposed. Because at the moment, Pogba was going forward, so pretend that's Pogba. Pogba was going forward and Lingard's not there to cover him, and obviously it's just Matic on his own. So obviously it's 3v1 against Matic every time in the middle of the park. But if we got Herrera there, Herrera is going to cover Pogba every time, so they will just sit there and Pogba can go forward. If we've not got the ball, Pogba can still join and help out and just fall into a flipping flat 3 like that. And either way, we're going to be able to, you know, nullify their attack and just sort of block out the midfield. That's basically what was happening. Basically, Pogba was going forward and no one was covering, obviously, because no one is meant to be covering him. It's his job. Also, in a 4-3-3, another thing that would benefit us. 4-3-3, if we're playing a 4-3-3 like that flat, so we've got Pogba, Matic in the deepest position and Herrera there. Another thing that would benefit is the wingers. Okay, so we've got Sanchez, we've got Martial, either way around, I don't really care. So if they are going to, so we've got Son here, we've got, well, I don't even know who's playing on that one, just say Dele Alli, I know it's not him, probably Eriksen. So we've got Son, Eriksen, and we've just said that's Kane up there. If we're playing a 4-3-3 here, look at the difference there. Automatically, we've got 3 players around the ball. That instead of just 2 players, and most of the time Pogba wasn't there, so we had 1 player around the ball. So obviously they're going to bypass that player. They just pass it through. Got 1 option, 2 options, and then if you wanted 3 options, because obviously Matic's going to be there, so we've got 3 options instead of the 3 players blocking them off. So they had 1 person to bypass. If you had 3 in the middle part, we would have had 3 people to bypass. That's literally all it was. Yeah, so obviously if you play this formation in general, not only will it benefit the other players in midfield, it will also benefit us going forward. It would mean that Sanchez and whoever's playing the wing, Sanchez, Martial, would have to do less tracking back. Yes, generically you would ask the wingers to track back like that. However, in a 4-3-3, the centre mids can actually go back and track. So basically what would happen is, so just say they're trying to obviously attack us, we'll have a 1v1 situation in the middle. Pogba can go across and cover 1 player. Herrera can go across and cover 1 player just like that, as we can see. And the centre, so Martial and Sanchez Sanchez, they'll just tuck into the centre mid positions. So that's what will happen basically. So you'd have a 3-2-1. So almost like a Christmas tree. Can we see that? Yeah, so basically you'd have a Christmas tree. That's what it's meant to look like when you're not on the ball basically. The wingers aren't meant to track back in a good organised team. The men are just tuck in, make it compact, and then the centre mids are meant to go across onto the wings almost to cover them. That's how you meant to play football as a unit. Not have the wingers running all the way back here, have Lingard there behind Lukaku, have the flipping wingers, Sanchez and Martial, running all the way back like this. Basically what's happening is they're winning the ball here. Obviously they're going to win the ball 2v1 whatever, and then you can't really do anything. You can't just counter from there because look, we've only got 2 players up here. One is Lingard, one's Lukaku. Who would you rather have up there? Sanchez and Martial, or would you have just Lukaku and Lingard? It don't make sense. That's basically why we were getting exposed basically the whole game. Said basically a lot that I know. Yeah, so instead of 4-3-3, it has to be instead of 4-2-3-1, it has to be 4-3-3. Flat 3, get Sanchez and Martial further up the field. When we've not got the ball, get him to tuck in, so it's like a Christmas tree, get the centre mids out onto the wings, just like that. Like I said, very straightforward. It's basic stuff, man. Proper basic stuff. Yeah, just to counteract the stuff about Ashley Young. No, I'm going to save that Ashley Young bit for another video. If you want me to talk about weaknesses at the back and just Ashley Young and that kind of stuff in general, you know, why I feel like some of our play is very easy and easily read and predictable, I will do that in another video. Just obviously let me know that kind of stuff. But yeah, just regarding the defenders in general, yes, they were absolutely shocking. Jones' own goal was an absolute disgrace. Conceding the first 10 seconds is an absolute it's just a shambles, isn't it, really? Let's make no mistake about it. However, if we've got Pogba up here and we've got what basically this is what was happening the whole game. That was what was happening the whole game. You got Pogba trying to run back and trap back, but obviously he's out of position, and obviously it's just gonna leave the defense exposed because you only got Matic there. Matic was coming here, and they had basically these ones running at him. And they had a free runner. That's what was happening the whole game, and obviously let's be 4v4 every single attack. Come on, man. Obviously we're gonna get exposed. 4v5, whatever. Sometimes it's 4v3. Young was out of position. Young was caught out of position so many times. He's not a fullback. Can you really blame him? But basically, as a defenders, I can't blame them too much. Yes, they were shocking. Smalling in particular was just he looked shit. Basically, he looked scared. But they didn't get no protection. If you only have one player in front of you, you're not going to be able to do well because this person's always going to be out of position. He doesn't know if I should go across here, should I go across here, should I watch Kane? Kane obviously bullied our centre-backs, fair play to the guy as well. But it just doesn't bode well for me against a good team. You saw against Arsenal, we got exposed on numerous occasions when they were countering us, but we got lucky on that day. But yeah, just in general, I just felt like the system was the reason we lost, and obviously that does come down to Jose. But just in general, obviously it's easy to blame Jose Mourinho because a lot of people don't like him. It wasn't just Jose Mourinho. The players really pissed me off. They lacked desire, they lacked passion, and they really didn't have much fight in them. So the players are to blame. I would say 70% players and 30% manager. The 30% being the system and the tactics for me were completely wrong. I felt like half time he should have changed it as well. I was absolutely fuming that he didn't change it at half time. I was just a bit pissed off. What I will say is after they scored the first goal, I did look like we were going to score. In that like 10-minute period after they scored, it looked like we had a lot of chances. Martial, I felt like should have scored. Lingard had a chance. Lukaku had a chance in the second half. But overall, we got outclassed about that first 20 minutes. We were just shocking. Honestly, it was just a bit embarrassing to be honest. But hopefully that has cleared it up a bit. Just to quickly sort of summarise, basically what was happening is Pogba was caught out of position. He was here, and they were running at basically Matic the whole game, and obviously he's going to get exposed. So yes, I can understand why Pogba got criticism, but at the end of the day, Jose wanted him to do a job that he's absolutely shit at. We all know as United fans, Pogba isn't a CDM. He just shouldn't be asked to do that job. A player of his caliber shouldn't have to make way for Lingard. Basically what's happening is Lingard is basically we're accommodating Lingard over Pogba in the team. The team should be built around Pogba, not Lingard. If Lingard's in number 10, we're basically building the team around Lingard and not Pogba. So for me personally, I'd rather have Pogba in that number 10 position, have Herrera and Matic behind him, have Sanchez on the right, Martial on the left, and Lukaku up top. Don't get me wrong, Sanchez and Martial do have to do more for me. However, the system really doesn't help because it means I have to do a stupid amount of work tracking back. 4-3-3 is just better for every single person. It brings out the most of best out of our players individually, and hopefully it's a lesson learned from Jose Mourinho. I know it's going to be hard to try and accommodate Sanchez as well as Lingard. It's not easy to drop Lingard. He has been fantastic of late. So I suppose that was kind of probably the reasoning behind Lingard playing, but just in general, hopefully this is a lesson learned for Jose Mourinho that he can't play 4-2-3-1 in the big games. I said it after the Arsenal game as well, but if he doesn't learn after this game, I don't know when he's going to learn. Honest to God, it's just a blip. It's just staring him right in the face. It's just obvious, basically. I was going to say oblivious, but he's oblivious to the fact that it doesn't work, basically. Yeah, so Matic was poor. I don't want to slag the individual players off too much because, like I said, I felt the system didn't help him. But you got to do better than that. It's a big game. I just felt like after 2-0, our players' heads dropped. And don't really know why. The Man United I know would be thinking we could get 3-2, we could get early goal. Even me as a fan, I was thinking that 2-0 was still in the game here. If we can get early goal in the second half or a goal before our time, we can easily pull it back. We can easily even win the game. But I don't know really what happened there. I just felt like it just capitulated. Basically, the players capitulated, to be fair. And it's not good to see, unfortunately. I was absolutely fuming. But like I said, I thought I'd try to be logical about it and make a tactics video instead. Hopefully, if you enjoyed it, let me know. If you don't agree with anything I've said, by all means, let me know as well. Drop a like, share, and subscribe if you're new. And let me know if you want me to do more things like this, because this is kind of what I sort of delve in on a regular basis. Anyway, that side, preview for Man U Huddersfield with that shortly. Take care. Enjoy your day. Kill Man United. Come on.